DC, like many other cities, are big consumers of energy. This high use would not be a problem if the source of the energy didn't have consequences. 200 companies in DC released a total of 160,000 metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions last year. This power is coming from fossil fuel plants such as Pepco and Benning, and two coal power plants, Capital Power Plant and West Heating. The use of fossil fuel and coal releases harmful pollutants into the air, including carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and volatile organic compounds. This affects the environment by producing smog, which DC received a failing grade for back in 2011. These pollutants also cause health problems to the respiratory system. Greenhouse emissions have gotten so bad that the American Lung Association gave DC a failing grade for ozone levels earlier this year.
In recent years, due to human activity, there has been an abundant amount of greenhouse gases discharging into the Earth's atmosphere. Consequently, the temperature of our planet has been increasing. This is when global warming starts to unravel. There are many detrimental repercussions caused by global warming. These repercussions include people being more exposed to disease due to their migration to warmer places, more frequent hurricanes occurring, economic consequences such buildings and homes getting destroyed, more frequent floods, more wildfires, harsher thunderstorms, and loss of biodiversity.
The solution to DC's energy crisis is alternative energy resources. There are many different alternative energy options, some of which include hydropower, wind power, biofuels, and solar power. Although hydropower can be a great alternative in places like Washington State, it isn't a viable choice here in the nation's capital because we don't have any potential dams that can create enough energy to make an impact. Wind power is a clean source of renewable energy, which produces no water or air pollution. The drawback is that the district does not have a large amount of unpopulated open space to build the turbines needed to produce enough energy. And because much of the energy used in production comes from coal and natural gases, biofuels don't replace as much oil as they use. Which brings us to solar energy. Every hour, the sun beams onto the earth more than enough energy to satisfy global energy needs for an entire year. There are a lot of benefits to the science of harnessing the sun's power in order to transform it into usable energy. Solar panels are a form of solar energy which are made of semiconductor materials. When the sunlight hits the cells, electrons become loose from their atoms. As the electrons flow through the cell, they generate electricity. Electricity from solar panels contributes 96 to 98% less greenhouse gases than electricity generated from 100% coal. Solar energy is not only a clean energy source, but is renewable and sustainable without adding pollutants to the environment. Solar panels not only use less land than energy produced by fossil fuels, but the land that it does use can oftentimes be used for other purposes. Studies show that the land solar panels can also be utilized for grazing, power generation, and shading purposes. Solar panels are a viable choice for DC because they are virtually maintenance-free, noise-free, and can be placed on rooftops not needing much space, and it doesn't change the landscape of the city. GW can be seen as an example of the changes to cleaner energy. 4 of its buildings currently have installed solar thermal hot water systems, and the Virginia campus has the first walkable solar panel pathway. The solar thermal systems at GWU will reduce about 78 tons of carbon annually, which is the equivalent of removing 14 cars from the road permanently.
Although changes to renewable energy are beginning, more can be done, and our nation's capital should be leading the way.